Hello everyone, this is Jonathan and welcome back to the channel. So today's video is basically a pre-recorded video that I did for a final project in my application and web development class at Ranken. And it involves React and creating a React web application. It's meant to do CRUD operations, which is create, read, update, and delete. And this is basically the final presentation as well as demonstration of the app in operation. And so without further ado, I'll get to the presentation.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Thorpes, and this is my presentation for the final React project. The objective of this final project is to combine the experience gained with HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, vanilla JavaScript, and React to create a web application to do CRUD operations, which is create, read, update, and delete. The technologies that I used for this project is HTML5, CSS, JavaScript, the React JavaScript library, and the Bootstrap framework, which is in its 5th version right now. So with HTML, HTML is used to create the structure and the content of a website, and through that you have things called tags or elements that determine the structure of how your web page is going to be laid out. Using JavaScript, you can make changes to the HTML elements and content on the in the HTML document. With React, custom HTML elements will be created, and those elements will create your React application or applications. For CSS, you use that to create styles for your web page. With CSS, you can utilize it within a React application. It's just you're just going to have to import your CSS file into your React application as a separate component. Below is the picture below is the CSS that was used to create this particular portion of the React element, and the picture at the top of this slide is the CSS coding that was used to create that particular component of the app. Bootstrap is a framework that's a combination of CSS and JavaScript, and it's meant to make your web pages more responsive. And you can import Bootstrap into your React application as well. And with Bootstrap, you have custom classes that are going to determine the styles for your HTML element, or how you're going, or I should say, that is going to have custom classes that will that are used to style your HTML document. JavaScript, when creating this particular React application, we use the JavaScript principles that I used in this particular project are functions, methods, arrays, objects, for loops, and if statements, and spread and comparison operators. So to get the app started, I created seed data in JavaScript, and what you see is an array of objects. Each object within the array has 6 attributes to kind of make them all distinct from each other. So for the create portion of the application, or the CRUD of the CRUD operation, the code at the top picture you see is the function, and it's a anonymous function, or well, it's not an anonymous function. It's a declared function with no I can't think of the word, but basically this is a constructor um, for the CRUD operation, and it shows the different attributes um, required to create a new object, as well as the function to add an image to that particular operation, to that particular object as well. For the read portion, the React object will read the provided seed data for the car, for the array of cars, of car objects. Excuse me. So, as far as the read operation is concerned, in the web application, it will immediately read and display the contents of that cars array. For the update portion of the CRUD operation, we have the code shown to update the car object. So the picture to the right shows when what it looks like when you would go in to edit the car object. When the changes have been made, you hit the save button, and the changes to that object will be reflected in that particular instance. And for the delete delete function of the CRUD operation, the two pictures below at the bottom of the slide show the results of using the delete function. So in the picture above, you see that the function for deleting it is called remove car, and you're using the filter method. You're using the filter method to determine what car it is you're going to be deleting, and this particular function of remove car is going to be tied to the delete car button that you see in the pictures below. So for React, React is a JavaScript library created at Facebook and released in 2013. And the purpose of React was to create reusable chunks of code. Also, with React, a React web application, changes are made to the React DOM without having to reload or refresh the web page. So when we get to the demonstration, you'll see me going through the CRUD operations, and you'll see that the page doesn't refresh, it only updates. So in the JavaScript application or the React application is created by breaking the application into components or individual files that you can reuse when building a website or application. The components are created, and they can be imported into the application, as you see in the picture to the left. Not only are the JavaScript components imported, but so are frameworks like Bootstrap, Font Awesome, or libraries like Lodash. And in the case of the JavaScript components, after you've completed coding a component, you have to export it to allow it to be imported into other parts of your application for use. In React, developers design views for an application. When changes are made to the data, the view for that application will change as well. As you can see here, this is the result of the edit or update function of the CRUD operation, where I've modified the data for a smart car and have changed it into being a Ford Focus. So the conclusion is, what I've learned from doing this React project is by breaking down the JavaScript application into reusable components, it prevents developers from having to rebuild the same application for multiple pages. And learn about the ability to integrate other files and frameworks into the application, and this will create a visually and functionally robust application. And so now we'll get over into the demonstration of the CRUD application or the React application working. All right, so here's the demo of the React app, and as you can see, it's already doing the read function where it's reading the seed data from the cars array of objects. And so the other part of the read operation, the CRUD operation, we're going to use do a search, and we're going to do a search for Dodge vehicles. Search, and as you can see, it only displays the Dodge vehicles in that array of objects. We'll do a search by year, and we'll get the Volvo. And now we're going to update one of the objects in as part from the CRUD operation, and we're going to do a smart car, and we're going to change it to a Ford Focus, and the body type is going to be hatchback. We'll save it, and now that smart car is now listed as a Ford Focus. And so now let's say we want to delete this object because it's incorrect. Now we can delete the car as part of the CRUD operation, and there it is, it's gone. So the next thing we're going to try to do is we're going to try to add a car to the array, and now be creating an object. So we're going to do Dodge Viper 13, body style of coupe, and we're going to upload an image. Be a Dodge driver, and we're going to try to add it. And for some reason, we can't add the Dodge Viper. And I've already gone through the code to check my mistakes. So I'm not sure what happened, but I'm going to leave it right there, and I'll have to probably go through the tutorial all over again to see where my mistake was. But we've gotten at least 3 of the operators of the CRUD operation completed. Do a refresh, things back to normal, and there.
Thanks for watching my presentation. So this React project was actually meant to be an introduction to the React JavaScript library. The actual curriculum for React doesn't start till the 3rd or 4th semester. And this was a good way to also be able to practice explaining your code and what your application does. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to the step-by-step video playlist for this particular React project so you can try it out for yourself. That's all for today. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.